What's up? This is Matty from Memphis May Fire, and you're watching Shout Loud TV.
I'm sitting here with Matty Mullins from Memphis May Fire.
What's up?
Tell us what you do in the band.
I am the singer for the band, so I do all the singing and screaming.
Sounds good. What's your favorite date of the tour been so far in the US or European leg?
We're just at the beginning of the European leg, so last night was great in Amsterdam. It was a really good show. I think tonight might be even better. But in America, I don't know, all the shows were really great. But we love Detroit. That area, Dallas was amazing. Pomona, California was incredible. So we had a lot of good shows.
Would you prefer the crowds in the US or in Europe?
They're different types of crowds. I don't say I'd prefer one or the other. I love that we get to play for both, Being over here is a totally different experience, and it's something that, a lot of people don't get to do. And so we love being over here. We love playing over here, and we love our fans over here for sure.
One thing I want to address is your album just came out recently. Congratulations. It's a great effort. What's your favorite live song to play off of it?
Oh, man. Carry On's a pretty passionate, powerful song for me. And we opened the set with that song. So I really been enjoying playing that one. We're playing Sever the Ties as well. And I think that one translates really well live, too. It's got a lot of energy. So,
how did the writing change for this record? Because you talked about having more time off.
Yeah, so in the past, we've gone straight from tours to being on the road, or straight from tours to being in the studio and having to write quickly and kind of get everything together last minute. But for this record, we were like, man, I want this to be our best record yet, so we need to take time off the road and really focus. So we took 2 months off just to write, and I have a studio in my house, so I just locked myself away and made sure that I'd reworked everything until it was exactly the way I wanted it. And then we went to the studio, and I had more time in the studio on this record than I have in previous ones. And so it was just great, man. A lot more time and the ability to make sure that what we were putting out was exactly what we wanted it to be. So yeah, it's our best record for a reason,
Cool. Your album also features Jacoby Shaddix on one song on the title track, "This Light I Hold." Do you look up to people like him, or what was the reason general to collaborate with him on this track?
I didn't really grow up on Papa Roach or even this genre of music necessarily. So it's not necessarily that I look up to Jacoby as an artist or whatever. I have so much respect for him, and he's such an amazing singer. He's a really great dude. But I see him as a friend, and that's awesome because he's he is a great dude, great live performer, great studio vocalist. So having him on the record was a pleasure, and we've gotten even closer through the process. So
you're pretty open concerning your beliefs. Your newest record feels a bit more subtle in regard to this aspect. Why is that so? Is there a reason?
It's not a conscious effort. I never sit down and say I'm going to write a record about God, or I'm going to write a record about not God. It's like whatever season of life I'm in, I'll write about songs like that. So, there's songs on the record like Better Things, and that song is very blatantly about how God is constantly intervening in my life and making me realize that he's leading me to better things with every step that I take. But then there's songs like That's Just Life, where, the song is it's just an honest human outlook on struggle, and I think that's okay. I think songs that are just honest is really what the industry needs. And so when I'm writing about my faith, it'll be honest, and when I'm not writing about my faith, it's still honest. And so it's just whatever comes out kind of thing.
I can only agree. Your older song Miles Away off of Challenger, was it Challenger, right?
Miles Away was on,
yeah, Challenger, I think so. Is about homesickness. Have you learned to cope with homesickness throughout the years, or is it still a struggle for you?
I've actually never really been homesick. I think the better way to describe it would just be like wife sick. She's my other half. And so not being with her, not having her with me, it does take a toll on me when I'm out on the road. And no, it never gets easier. It only gets harder. I think the more we grow together, the stronger our love gets. The longer we've been married, the harder it is to go away. So unfortunately, that's the honest answer. It really only ever gets harder. So
If you had to pick one song in general to listen to for the rest of your life, which one would it be?
Oh man, one song for the rest of my life. I don't know, probably "Sleepwalking" by Blindside. Never gets old, ever.
What can people expect from a Memphis May Fire show?
You know, we spend so much time rehearsing and we put so much effort into making sure that our live show represents us as a band, represents our albums, that I think that, I would hope that people would walk away impressed, simply just by the amount of effort that we put into it. 110% every night. It doesn't matter if there's 50 kids or 50,000 people, it doesn't matter. We're going to play as hard as we possibly can, give it all we've got. So that's what you can expect.
What's the message you want to spread to fans or people who don't listen to your band or don't know you yet?
I think that what we're doing out here is special. And if I didn't believe that it was special, then I wouldn't dedicate my life to it, I really think that we have something to offer to our listeners. And everyone might not agree, and that's totally fine. You know what I mean? But I really believe in our music. I believe that we have something to offer. So if you haven't checked us out, please open up a lyric booklet and, dive in and give it a shot.
That's it. Thanks, Matty.
Absolutely.